Alrighty. The entity engaging in what is reaching into the hallway with engineer light inside of my apartment. So I want you to see this. This is reaching into the depths of my hallway through closed blinds in my bedroom, which is located at 1806 North Alvarado Street. This is the same bedroom where you saw engineered light appearing on the upward portion of my wall through closed blinds while the light source was outside of the living room window. Okay. The light source is now, as you just saw moments ago, it's 5:55 p.m. It is the same time as it was on while I was documenting the Fontana Police Department engaging in what is the American method of America's version of terrorism. They're terrorizing American citizens in this country, and it is identified through what is the engineered environment. And I mean engineered because it's entirely demonic. The American version of terrorism is literally the practice of demonic activity in this country. And unfortunately, it's the government that's practicing demonic activity, and it is resulting in what is psychotic levels of stalking in the most unheard of methods using helicopters. And that's exactly what you see LAPD doing while you're looking at this light source, which was rising in alignment to my apartment, and now it is supposedly setting. And I don't mean supposedly, I mean the entity is supposing that this is the natural environment, because you're looking at this day in and day out, which does not make it natural. It does not make it the fact. It does not make it the real thing, because you're looking at it. What you're looking at is demonic. It's the demonic imitation of the natural environment. All right. So I want to be clear. There is no sun that's going to create this light activity on the driver's side of this car while I'm facing what's supposedly the sun. Okay. This is all covered in the shade. All right. So this is engineered light. This is also how you going on in the environment. You saw engineered light all over my ceiling. You're looking at engineered light inside of the depths of my hallway, while at 5:55 p.m. the entity is keeping a light source over me while I am still at the Fontana Lewis Library, and you're looking at demons flying in circles in a helicopter, engaging in what is threatening me as I'm documenting the people of the state. And it is directly threatening me. This is a pattern that these police departments engage in the remarkable environment, that which is a scientific impossibility, where the light source is remaining over me for the duration of the day, where the light source is remaining, and by the duration of the day, I mean in excess of 8 to 10 hours. But at Fontana Lewis Library, as early as I'm mentioning in the video, I'm on this particular street, which is Seville, at the Fontana 8437 Sierra Avenue. I am on the same street, Seville. I was there today as I'm documenting the P.O.C. April 29, 2022. I'm standing on Seville at 10:40 in the morning. The light source is hovering over my head. That's how you know the entity is also threatening and terrorizing and stalking me in that environment. The light source, the environment centers around me. That's why you see impossible light activity inside of my apartment. The entity is engaging what is following and pursuing me in helicopters, which is also the pattern that is observed. The entity is maintaining this light source, creating what is supposedly sunlight, which you see day in and day out, even appearing underneath my bed. Don't forget what we documented yesterday. You saw it underneath my bed, behind the headboard, and in real time, you saw that light activity extend out here and then engaging in what is appearing on this wall. Absolutely impossible. While the light source is remaining at 5:55 p.m., hovering over the same street where it is present as early as 9:35 in the morning. That is identifying what is the secret condition of the Fontana Police Department. They're stalkers, and they're demon-possessed stalkers, and they have the same condition. They suffer from what is the unhealthy and inhumane desire and thirst to stalk somebody in helicopters in order to create what is an unfathomable level of terror in that targeted individual. For that criminal purpose, that criminal mindset, it shall be met with what is time in federal prison. They engage in what is threatening and stalking in that environment in concert with the people of the state, such as Stephanie Ortiz, who was going to federal prison for summoning the entity into my physical presence while she's monitoring with them in relevant position on an ongoing basis. That's the purpose of criminal summoning, to communicate a threat while they are monitoring you already together. It's a psychopath that engages in what is, oh, I'm going to call the police. The police are stalking you day and night in helicopters. That's what you're seeing and understanding when you're looking at the light activity that's appearing in my hallway at 1806 North Alvarado Street, while the entity is maintaining a light source over me at the same time in Fontana, California, on the same street, Seville, where I was present this morning in 2022 at 10:40 in the morning. That's the pattern of conduct. On the same street at 7:01 p.m., you will see Sergeant Rice, group stalking, exercising fictitious authority, which is engagement in audible activity, while directed light is all over the environment, all over the cars, all around, all over the brick wall that he was driving toward, and on his face. On his face, that was a demon engaging in what is group stalking, sitting in a police vehicle. Let me be clear. The police departments in this country have never been seen as so small, as so insignificant, as so criminal and malicious and psychotic. Okay, this is the reality of demon possession operating over police departments, and that's exactly what is occurring in this specific environment. There is no sun that's going to be aimed through my apartment. First of all, where it's supposedly rising in alignment to my apartment. Second of all, when it is at the same time hovering over me at an entirely different region. That's 8437 Sierra Avenue, the Fontana Lewis Library, where there's no sun, there's no shared sky space. You can't see the Fontana Police Department flying in circles over here while it's over there at the venue where I'm located on Seville Street. There is no shared sky space. There is no light activity that's going to reach into the depths onto my hallway. That's terrorism. And that's exactly what Fontana Police Department was engaging in on this day at the same exact time. It's 6:01 p.m. and the entity is flying over my apartment. That is the demons of the Los Angeles Police Department. And what I have suggested, the policy that I advocate, and it is inside of the documentation, not only yesterday and the day before that, you have what is LAPD Group Stalker. It's a PDF. I am proposing, advocating what is the treatment for not just LAPD. LAPD is creating is the template. This is how you're going to treat each and every demon-infected, corrupt law enforcement agency, including the sheriff's departments, all of whom are exposed engaging in this criminal system. They are serving Satan, and that is legally relevant to the federal government because you are understanding the operation, the affect that it has on human beings that are in positions that they are no longer qualified or fit to remain in, based on the obsessive criminal conduct that they cannot even stop themselves from engaging in. In fact, when it is exposed, they engage in more of it to their own demise. Any person with common sense and the ability to reason on a basic fundamental level knows that what you are doing and it is being exposed, it is no longer a secret, and they continue to engage in it in plain sight. Okay, in directed light, okay, under their own fake sun. That is to the whole entity's demise. It's to Thomas Guards' demise, for example. All right, let me be clear. But that is showing what is an obsession. That is showing what is a need of medical examinations. It's showing what is a need to restrain and remove, not only from the positions, but from any ability in society to further threaten American citizens. Federal Group Stalking and Monitoring is revealing what is a secret society. The society is a demon-possessed population. That's the society. Okay, and this is the criminal conduct that they're engaging in, and they have an obsession with keeping those that are not of that condition under surveillance, and then threatening your life, kidnapping you, silencing you, if not taking your life altogether, and then remaining afterwards to create the narrative to the world as to what happened to that particular individual. It is intolerable for the federal government to tolerate that level of criminal conduct and to control what happens with regard to protecting your own reputation, protecting your own, and concealing your own criminal activity. That's intolerable. And because of that, that is why you disband. That is why you place in federal prison. That is why you mandate federal mental examinations. That is why you also further remove permanently from the positions that they remain in. And law enforcement is providing just literally a sample because they're in law enforcement, they're in the legal profession, they're in the courts, as the documentation also shows. They are the people of the state that act in concert with that corrupt government. That's the significance of setting the light source in alignment to my apartment. It's here because they're all monitoring. That's why it's here. And while it's here, it's letting you know what's wrong with them. It's a demon-possessed population. That's what the secret society is. There's nothing elite about it. It's a threat to the public safety. That's what it is. And upon exposure of that secret society, of the demon-possessed population that's engaging in a matter of public corruption, it's a threat to your very well-being, to your existence, to your life. It's a threat to the public. All right, it is currently 6:04 p.m. and this is P.O.C. The entity is maintaining a light source as late as 7:01 p.m. as you're looking at Sergeant Rice group stalking. That demon, the mark of demon possession, while he is group stalking in the path, is the evidence of demon possession. They're all doing it on a daily basis, showing the fact that they're demons. That's why the environment is here. Secondly, showing the fact that he's a demon, while that light activity, that engineer light is literally on that demon's face. Okay, very disturbing. There's no sunlight that's going to be hitting his face while the entity is keeping the light source in alignment to my apartment, okay? This is not going to in any way be in alignment with Seville. Never creating any light on my ceiling, let alone in my living room, nor into the depths of the hallway. That's the mark, presence of the entity that is group stalking. And as you've already seen, the entity is providing an ongoing tutorial as to what demonic activity looks like, what the demon-possessed are engaged in, and their inability to control themselves or cease to engage in that criminal system. That's what the pattern of conduct is revealing to you, and it is directly toward going toward the federal prosecuting and the mental physical examinations of the Fontana Police Department while I'm documenting simultaneously the whole state, because this is exactly what LAPD is engaged in. This is exactly what the San Bernardino Superior Court, the Rancho Cucamonga Superior Court, and the people of the state, including Stephanie Ortiz, who is going to federal prison. She's going for a long time. All right? This is P.O.C.